Hi guys, it's John Mansell, exboozehound. Hope you're well. Those of you that have known me for a while will know that I haven't vlogged an awful lot of late, for various reasons, and one of those reasons is I don't want to come across as negatively wallowing in self-pity, but this vlog might just be for me to hear me say some words, and it might go on a bit, so I apologise if it does. It may well be that if it does go on for a bit, there's not many people that's going to watch it, but less people watch the vlogs these days anyway, because I've sort of disconnected from the world, and I guess when I say disconnected from the world, I used to use social media an awful lot, and I'm hardly on there these days, and in my physical world, I find it very difficult to connect, or I don't know whether I find it difficult or I don't want to connect. Having said that, let's start off with a positive. I've been introduced to a couple called Tina and Dave, and they run something called Alternatives, and they support and help family and friends and loved ones of people with addiction, and on Sunday and last night Tuesday I joined in on their meetings, and obviously most of the people on there were the people affected by people with addiction rather than those who've been through addiction. So positively, hopefully, I've been able to give them an insight into just how horrendous addiction is, and how it owns the person who's in that world. And I found it very difficult at times because, I'm talking to people I'm listening to people and talking with people who are describing the situations that they're going through with their loved ones, and knowing that I cause my loved ones and friends that same pain, even though it's, as you say, I'm 21 years booze free. It's still quite painful because it's still a big part of my life. But there's a positive there in that I've actually actively trying to do something with my experiences. But those meetings are very, very difficult and very, very emotionally draining. And although I know there's positives, my state of mind at the moment just doesn't recognise positives. It just has, all it can see is negatives. And I think the title of this vlog is going to be something along the lines of 2023, the year I allowed my demons to take back control over me. And whichever way I look at it, I know that's true. I took my eye off the ball. I got caught up in stuff, and I allowed my demons to take hold of me again, and that was for a long period of 2023, and 2024 is still really, really difficult. It's just that every day I wake up and I hope that I feel a little bit better, but I don't. Going back to 2023, at the end of 2022, I was in a fairly good place. I think I was physically fit, well, fit for me. Regularly going to the gym 3, maybe 4 times a week, and I don't. Some of you all know that on my left breast I have exboozehound tattooed, and below that I have 3 dates: 1973, 2003, and 2013. I'm not going to show that again because it's got an unnecessary nipple. But 1973 was the year I was born, making me 50, which is depressing enough. 2003 was the year that I managed to start being booze free, and then 2013 was the year I had my mental breakdown. And I really did believe at the end of 2022 that I'd got some really exciting projects set up that I was going to be part of in 2023, and I was hoping I was going to be able to add 2023 to my list of numbers because of the symmetry of the 3 at the end. And I guess that's probably a little bit of OCD or whatever, but it needs to make sense to a certain extent. And I can't have 2023 tattooed on me unless I decide to go for that 2023 was the year that I let my demons take control back. And some of you will know it all sort of started from injuring my back and not being able to go to the gym, taking an awful lot of medication, taking far too much of the medication that you can buy over the counter, that you're only meant to use for 3 or 4 days, and that just took my ability away to fight, and allowing the demons back in. I'm still finding it very, very difficult to find the fight. I have been to the gym a few times this year. I think I did manage 3 times a week the one week, but then I just went downhill again. And there's no doubt that exercise and going to the gym regularly really helped me get into a better place, 2022. And I know, I'm 100% sure that getting back to the gym regularly, or whatever you say, is the starting point of giving me the strength and the ability to rebuild myself. But I'm just so tired. I'm just so exhausted. And when I do go to the gym, I don't enjoy it. It's hard work. And I just haven't got the motivation. Again, that's so wallowing in self-pity, but I'm just trying to be truthful. And I found myself this morning speaking to Google and talking and asking about bipolar and exhaustion. And fairly obviously it's a recognised sign and a recognised part of the illness. And the problem is it's sort of not being able to get any sleep patterns, although I am getting a little bit better with the sleep patterns. It's just so hard, and again, it may seem like I'm wallowing, and people may say you're stronger than this, John. You can do that. You can do this, and they're right. I've done this before, and I'll do it again. And one of the other things that I was looking forward to in 2023 was I've written 95% written the second A to Z guide, and I was looking forward to publishing that. But just got no motivation to do that. And also, I think I've said this before, it feels wrong for somebody who is not managing their own mental health very well at all to say, here, there's a navigation to help you through your mental health issues and addiction and associated issues. And that comes from that whole lack of an ability to see anything positive within myself. And I've said to somebody this morning that on the phone that I just can't find anything that I like about myself. I look at myself and how I'm behaving, and I'm ashamed of myself in the fact that I just can't find that fight. And I think part of the reason for doing this vlog, and part of the reason for not doing the vlogs very much recently, is that maybe I want to, for me, if it is just selfishly for me, then fine, I'm okay with that. I want to sort of put on record that I'm broken, I'm lost, I'm sad, I'm unmotivated, I can't see anything positive in the future. And these are all parts of the illness, and I don't want to upset anybody or make anybody feel sorry for me, because I've never done that. I've never wanted people to feel sorry for me. The reason I want to record this now is that it doesn't matter how, and I've said this many times before, it doesn't matter how bad things get, and this has been a horrible period for over a year. There has been better moments within it, but majority of it has been very, very hard and taken its toll on me. I know that I have got the strength within me to fight back, and I want to be able to say, look, in a few months' time, maybe come on and on the vlog and be really upbeat and say, I'm really positive, I'm back at the gym, I'm doing all right. And for those people who are now going through a really bad time, or maybe going through a really bad time in the future, I can say that it doesn't matter how bad it gets. Have a look at this vlog that is really negative and horrible and just horrible. That a few months on, whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, that I'm in a much better place, and that if I can do that, then you guys can do that too. So maybe it's not just selfish, and I know some people, I don't know what I was going to say there, but every day is a struggle, and even I've just been to get some diesel, and I found that stressful. I'm very rarely leaving the house these days. Some days it can take, I think it was last week, it took me about 20 minutes to to leave my bedroom in the morning, and when I do leave my bedroom, there's nothing to look forward to. Say, I told you, wallowing in self-pity. But this is the truth of the illness, or the, whatever diagnosis or issue that you have. This is the truth. It's painful, and let's be honest, that the situation that I find myself in has in part been caused by a crappy NHS service. I know the NHS do amazing things, but with the back issue and the mental health issue, there's absolutely no communication between the physical side of the NHS and the mental side of NHS. And I've seen the stories all over. There's so many people out there that are in so much worse position than me. I mean, there's millions on a waiting list. Those millions of people are basically being asked or told or forced to put their life on hold. And when you're forced to put your life on hold, when you come to that date where maybe you can move, you should now be able to move forward, the learnt bad behaviours that have ingrained back in me, because my demons are so powerful, they're very difficult to break again, and it requires a lot of effort, and I just don't have that effort. I just don't have that motivation. It's the old story of, what's the point in trying, because every time you've got to a good place, something goes wrong and you go back downhill. Now, I know that's bullshit. That's pure negativity. That's wallowing in self-pity. But anybody who is watching this, who's been in the similar situations to me, will have felt the same. If you went to a fair and you went to a coconut shy or whatever they call them, and you spent £400 trying to knock a coconut off the shy just to win a teddy bear, surely you'd give up eventually. But it's very difficult to give up, because you spent £400, you need that teddy bear. I don't know whether that makes any sense. And it's just, it's very difficult to just keep slogging away and fighting what I've allowed, or maybe what you've allowed, to take control of your thought pattern, and intrusive thoughts, no concentration, no motivation, no energy, not getting anything from life, and again, wallowing in self-pity. But again, it's truth. It's how it feels, and it's painful, and hard, and soul destroying, mind, body and soul. And it's hard. Okay, so we're gone past 19 minutes, and I don't know whether this is I always say this, don't I? But I am gonna post this. However many people watch it, it doesn't matter. Partly it's for me, and maybe if there is one or two people that watch it, that they will understand where I'm coming from, and maybe, even though I don't really believe in the hope at the moment, I do know hope is still there, and I do know, I don't believe it, but I do know that I will come out of the other end, and we'll get back on track. I don't believe that, but I know in the past, and I've said this 1,000 times, or shared this 1,000 times. We all have 100% success rate. You know, every time we get into a bad place, we always overcome it eventually. And you know, you got to. This sounds wrong, but you gotta keep fighting. Now I know I haven't got any fights, so all I can do at the moment is plod, and it's really soul destroying. And if you're going through the same, I feel your pain, but you will, like me, you will find some better times, and things will get better. Sorry if I've gone on too much and sounds like I should be playing a little violin in the background, but I just need to say it, and I've said it now, and I'm going to leave it there. And as I always do, I'm going to end with my motto: enjoy the good and ride out the bad. There's been a hell of a lot of riding going on. I wish. The good times, or better times, will come. It's just surviving the bad times that is very difficult, very hard, very, very tiring. But we can do it. You can do it. I can do it, and we'll get there. Enjoy the good and ride out the bad. And I'll, if I'm not looking at the camera, I do apologise. My eyesight's getting worse as I get older, and it's and I don't really know where to look on this phone to look into it, and it's really weird. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm rambling like a nutter now, and I'll catch you soon. Enjoy the good, ride out the bad.